10 years out, will there still be a corporate ban on the practice of medicine in California? And will we see significant consolidation of healthcare systems?
I could make an argument that there will be fewer systems, but let's just take what's happened in the last year or so. Who would have thought that once St. Joe and Hoag came together, that all of a sudden they would join with Providence? Dignity working with CHI. I know, confidentially, of several discussions going on in California today of systems and hospitals talking, and I know of some hospitals are talking to 3 different systems, trying to figure out where do they go. So I think the answer is yes, there will be more consolidation there. I think there will be consolidation of the payers and of others, but the continuum of care, from wellness and prevention to episodic care, to post-acute care, to rehab, behavioral health, management of chronic conditions, advanced illness, and end of life. In order to provide population health, you have to be able to coordinate the care across that spectrum. And you can't do it unless there are aligned incentives. It's impossible unless people can get over that hump of self-interest where their interest is served by the mutual benefit of the players. And I don't know whether we'll be there in 10 years, but I certainly hope that we move in that direction. And the one more thing on consolidation. Consolidation doesn't always mean improvement. And there's literature that big systems cost too much, but when you look at some systems, they're not efficient, and if you have a far-flung system, it's much more difficult. If you have a system that's delivering services in a region with a defined population, then they can be much more effective and over the long term. And the undermining current here is that when individuals can change from one company to the next one to the next one, you are undermining the incentives to really spend what it takes to make those people happy. Kaiser has a benefit because 97% of the people stay in Kaiser. And Kaiser does the best job in the nation in developing that kind of loyalty and providing that kind of care. If everybody else was able to get there, then I believe that we would end up with a much more efficient system overall. But I grew up in the Midwest, and in Wyoming, I was talking to my former counterpart the other day. They have 2% in managed care. And by the way, managed care is not necessarily managed care. It could be just managed money, which is what some of these are. And one piece may be capitated, but then they may pay other people on a fee-for-service basis. And so we still are not aligning incentives across the spectrum. And we have to bridge those gaps if we are going to get to the point where you can really manage health care.